Hello, everyone, and welcome to the English podcast. My name is Mary.
And I'm Alex. We are so happy you are joining us today. This podcast is for beginner English learners who want to improve their skills in a fun and easy way.
That's right, Alex. And today we have a very exciting topic. We are going to talk about travel.
I love traveling. It's one of my favorite things to do, but it can be a little scary if you don't know the right English phrases.
Exactly. So today we will teach you some essential or very important English phrases for traveling. We'll cover everything from the airport to the hotel.
That sounds great. Are you ready, listeners? Let's begin.
Okay, so let's imagine we are at the airport. It's big, it's busy. What's the first thing we need to do, Alex?
Well, first, we need to find our airline's check-in desk. And when we get there, we can say a very useful phrase.
What is it?
You can walk up to the counter and say, "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to," and then you say your destination, like Paris or Tokyo.
That's a great one. Let's repeat that for our listeners. I'd like to check in. The word I'd is short for I would. It's a very polite way to say what you want.
Exactly, so polite. So let's practice. "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to New York."
Perfect. Now, the person at the desk will probably ask for your passport. They will say, "Can I have your passport, please?"
Right, and you can simply reply, "Here you are," and give it to them.
Here you are. That's another very useful, simple phrase. You can use it anytime you give something to someone.
Mm-hmm. After they check your passport, they might ask about your luggage, your bags. They could ask, "Are you checking any bags?"
If you have a big suitcase to check in, you can say, "Yes, just this one." Or if you have two, "Yes, these two."
And what if you only have a small bag that you take with you on the plane?
Good question. That small bag is called a carry-on. So you can say, "No, I only have a carry-on."
Carry on. Got it. So let's review. You say, "I'd like to check in." They ask for your passport. You say, "Here you are." They ask about bags. You say, "Yes, just this one." Or, "No, only a carry-on."
You've got it. After that, they give you your boarding pass. This is a very important piece of paper.
The boarding pass tells you your gate number and your seat number, but sometimes it can be confusing.
Right, so you might need to ask for help. A good question to ask is, which way is gate B24, or whatever your gate number is?
That's a good one. You can also ask, "Where can I find gate B24?" Both are perfect.
Next, you have to go through security. This is where they check your bags and you walk through a metal detector.
Ah, yes, security. Here, you often need to take things out of your pockets and your carry-on bag.
If you are not sure what to do, you can ask the security officer a question like, "Do I need to take my laptop out of the bag?"
Or, "Should I take off my shoes?" In some countries, you need to take off your shoes.
Yes, that's true. Just listen to the instructions and watch what other people are doing. It really helps.
Okay, so we are through security. We found our gate. Now we wait.
While waiting, you can look for a screen that shows flight information. You can check if your flight is on time, delayed, or boarding.
On time means everything is okay. Delayed means it will be late. And boarding means it's time to get on the plane.
Exactly. When it's time to board, you'll need your boarding pass and your passport again.
Okay, that was great for the airport. Now we have landed in a new country. We are so excited. But how do we get to our hotel?
Great question. This is our next section. getting around. This means how to travel from one place to another in a city.
Let's start with a taxi. Taxis are usually easy to find at the airport.
Yes, you can get in the taxi and say to the driver, "Could you take me to this address, please?" It is a good idea to have the address written down or on your phone.
Oh, definitely. That helps avoid confusion. You can also ask, how much will it cost before you start the trip? This helps you know the price.
How much will it cost? That's a very important question. Let's repeat it. How much will it cost?
Okay, what about public transport, like a bus or a train?
Public transport is a great option. First, you need a ticket. You can go to a ticket counter and ask, "One ticket to the city center, please."
Or a ticket to the Grand Hotel, please. Very simple.
Right. If you are at a bus stop and you are not sure if it's the correct bus, you can ask the driver, "Excuse me, does this bus go to the museum?"
Excuse me is a wonderful way to get someone's attention politely.
It is. It's much better than just shouting, "Hey."
Okay, so we know how to use taxis and buses, but what if we are walking and we get lost?
Asking for directions. This is a classic travel situation.
It is, and it's a great chance to practice your English.
Totally. So you can stop someone and ask, "Excuse me, I'm a little lost. Can you help me?"
Most people will be happy to help. Then you can ask your question. For example, how do I get to the train station?
How do I get to is the key phrase here. Let's practice. How do I get to the nearest bank?
How do I get to the main square?
Perfect. You can also ask, "Is it far from here?" to understand the distance.
Right, and the person might give you directions like go straight, turn left, or turn right.
It's a good idea to know these basic direction words: straight, left, and right.
And after they help you, always remember to say, "Thank you so much."
Of course, politeness is important in any language.
All right, we have successfully found our way. Now we're standing in front of our hotel. It's time for our last section, at the hotel.
Finally, I'm tired from all that traveling. So we go to the front desk or the reception and we need to check in.
Yes, you can say, "Hello, I have a reservation." A reservation is when you book a room before you arrive.
It's always a good idea to have a reservation. Then you can add your name. For example, I have a reservation under the name Mary.
Under the name Alex. The person at the desk will then find your booking.
After you check in and get your room key, you might have some questions about the hotel.
Right, like what about breakfast? You can ask, what time is breakfast served?
That's a very important question for me. I love breakfast. Another good question is about the internet. You can ask, "What is the Wi-Fi password?"
Oh, absolutely essential in today's world. What's the Wi-Fi password? Let's say that again.
What's the Wi-Fi password?
And one more useful thing to know is when you have to leave. You can ask, what time is checkout?
Checkout is the time you must leave your room on your last day. It's usually in the morning, around 11 a.m. or noon.
Right. So to review the hotel phrases, I have a reservation under the name blank. What time is breakfast? What's the Wi-Fi password? And what time is checkout?
You are an excellent student, Alex.
You know, after all that traveling and checking in, I'm usually starving. What about our listeners? They'll need to eat.
That's a fantastic point, Alex. Let's talk about our next topic, at the restaurant. This will be very helpful.
Wow, we have learned so many useful phrases today.
We have. Let's do a quick recap for our listeners. We started at the airport.
We learned to say, I'd like to check in for my flight, and how to ask about our bags and our gate.
Then we talked about getting around. We learned how to take a taxi and ask, could you take me to this address, please?
And how to ask for directions if we get lost, using, excuse me, how do I get to...
Finally, we checked into our hotel with, I have a reservation under the name, and asked important questions about breakfast and Wi-Fi.
That was a lot, but all so useful. The most important thing for our listeners to remember is to not be afraid to speak.
That is the best advice. People are usually very kind and will try to help you. Practice these phrases and your next trip will be much easier.
Definitely. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you all for listening to the English podcast. We hope you found it helpful.
Join us next time when we'll be talking about another fun topic to help you learn English. Until then, happy learning.
Bye, everyone. And upbeat outro music fades in.